are talking about express yourself. And really, I think for that, Heather, we really talked about getting back to the basics.
I think just, express yourself. And I think that, you know, it's so important for your stylist to be able to help you express yourself even as you evolve in an age, right?
Yes.
It's very easy to take care of a guest who's 20 years old. I mean, a lot of times people will say to me as they're getting older, is this length too long? Or even I have some younger stylists will say, do you think this is too long? You think I can wear this? I always say, if you're 20, 30, and probably maybe even 40 for us, and you're beautiful, you can wear whatever you want.
Totally.
But as you start to evolve, there's certain things that are going to be best on you.
Right.
And so one of my clients told me this a few years ago, and I think it's so cute. She said, you know what? Bangs are really better than Botox.
Yes.
Well, I agree with that too.
Hmm.
But bangs are just such a sign of youth.
Yes.
So as people would ask us now, do you think everybody can wear a bang? That's a yes and a no.
Hmm.
So I think if you have a real small forehead, it's not the best look for you.
Right.
But if you have a forehead where you could really sit some beautiful, soft, sexy bangs, and you have phenomenal eyes, and I think bangs are one of the best things for you.
Yep.
So I think going back to the basics of what women need as they evolve is something that we love, not only love to do,
But I think
but
it's
it just
critical.
organically happens. We just know
Yes.
how to do it,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And I think for us too, like Heather was saying, now what's really big in fashion is what the curtain bang. Well, there's so many different
Versions.
variety and versions of curtain bang. You can have a curtain bang that ends here. You can have a curtain bang that ends the tip of your nose. You have one that goes all the way down to your
Jawline.
chin. However, and I think it's something that we, years ago we were really kind of more, I guess, definite in teaching. And it's something I really want to go back to because we look at our clients automatically and say, okay, she's got a very linear long face, right?
That's
Should
just
her curtain
oval.
bang end here? Probably not. Should she wear a middle part? Probably not. Her curtain bang needs to be higher, creating more of a horizontal line that's going to create more broadness and open that face up.
Right.
And that's with density changes, hairlines change as you age.
Face
As you
changing.
age, you
Right.
get a thinner parietal ridge. This area becomes weak on most women.
Right.
So it's very important for your stylist to take into consideration as they sectioning and really defining, well, where do they want that to end? So this section is going to be a little deeper in your bang than this area that's right on the tip of your forehead right here. And I think too, I mean, we did that little girl yesterday, Taylor, who's got very dense, thick hair, but we gave her like a squared off, really fringy bang.
Right.
And it created youth. It was really fun, almost like gave her like a novelty feel about it
It
because
was
she was
beautiful to
wearing hair
me.
long and
Yeah.
it just kind of closed her in because she's
Right.
very linear and very
Right.
thin.
Yeah.
It opened her face up, which saw the beautiful skin that she has.
Right. What also created that horizontal line, which really lined up with a beautiful cheekbone. She
Cheekbone.
had gorgeous cheekbones. So I loved it. So even with looking at, your cheekbones, some people as you get older, maybe you don't have that strong
Cheek.
structure
Yep.
like we really got from our mom.
Yep.
So if you don't, then you know what you need to find out where you need to place that bang. Because if you really are weak and you place that bang lower, it's automatically going to draw attention to flaws. It's
Exactly.
going to draw attention to those weak spots. I always say everybody has beautiful eyes. So I want to find a way as you getting older or you maturing, or as we say, you're ageless. I want to find that placement of that bang that's going to really bring out the youthful you.
Yep.
What's going to make you look fresh,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And as we say, it's the minor changes that make the major
Major.
differences. You
Exactly.
know,
And two, it's funny, our mom used to always tell us, as you age, everything becomes flatter, right? So the highs and lows and the dimension in your face gets
changes.
lost, right? So maybe your cheek was up here and now it's down here. However, everything in beauty is really an illusion. So where, like Heather said, where you place that bang, where you end that, even color, that pop of color that we call our power piece, where are we placing that? Sometimes, we see people, right? It's too deep. They kind of missed it. They overdid it. We live really now, there's a lot of overdoing out there, right? It really, really is. So we want to help you realize less is more. It
Right.
truly is. And as you age, it is really about
Yeah.
being conscious of really elevating your style up.
Well, it's interesting. I have a client, beautiful. She's probably 60, super, super pretty skin. And instead of giving her power piece right in the front, because of her hair, it really goes down on her face, right? It's low.
Yes.
So instead of drawing attention to that, and she's small in height, I took it right behind there. I
Yep.
actually added strength to her front
Exactly.
because she's weak and her temple area is right here. She's
Exactly.
weak there. And so what I ended up in her recession line right there. And so I ended up doing a deeper piece
Yep.
and I added a little bit of lightness right after
Right.
that. So when people look
So
at
the
her,
eye automatically, she creates a longer, more
exactly,
of a linear
because your eye's gonna always gonna go
to the light.
to the light, always.
Mhm.
And so knowing that, how do you know that? Because you know face structure and you understand the placement of color
Color.
and the highs and the
And
lows.
you understand balance. You know, it's really interesting. Even a person who does not understand the why can look at something and say, that doesn't look right.
Right. Yeah.
Even a person who does not understand, whose eye is not trained, and we're very fortunate, we've been in this business 40 years pretty much, and we were raised in it. You know, my mother was like one of my customers, Ann always says, your mother was the most beautiful. Like she just was a representation of everything beauty, and really her beauty was inside, and she just reflected that. But little things mom used to tell us,
Right.
like, as you get older, your eyebrow needs to be deeper, the
Right.
color needs to be deeper.
Right.
And eyebrow balance is massively critical.
Right.
If your eyebrow is too round, you got the little poppy eye. If your eyebrow's too thick, it creates a real harsh
Right.
finish.
Right.
You know, remember we went and saw that Indian lady probably 25 years ago, and she
New
did
York.
eyebrows on Heather and
Threading.
I, threading, and she says, you always wanted to be lighter than deeper than fade. And she says, eyebrows done correctly make you look young,
Yes.
youthful.
Yes.
And, you know, my mom would always tell us, you know, now that I'm, you know, over 60, I want that depth in my eyebrow.
Right.
I don't want my eyebrow to look diffused because the way your face is divided, you need, again, those highs and lows. The eyebrows, the cheeks, lip lining, lips, definition.
Right.
We don't want flat. So
Right.
whether you like it or not, your face is getting flatter. Don't be mad at me.
Right. Don't be
However, we can create that dimension with eyebrow. Pretty much almost all of our clients, shoot, I'd say over 40.
Well, what's so great
I'm coloring
now, because
eyebrows
eyebrows
on
are so
everyone.
important, I
Yes,
have to thank the Kardashians for that,
yes,
is
completely.
that, and Anastasia, is that the eyebrows stain.
Yes.
So even if your stylist, if you is still just coloring your hair, that's an old way of doing it.
So now we can stain
Using
it.
the stain, you can actually create more eyebrow and you can
Yes,
create more shape. So that's
yes,
something that 90% of my guests get, which I love doing that. Love doing the eyebrows. And then really after that is talking to them about their skin tone,
yes.
through hydrofacials, through different things to add texture to your skin, to reignite that collagen and start working again. So you can look ageless. So you need to be with a stylist that's really teaching you all those things as opposed to just maybe doing your hair,
Right.
especially if they've been your stylist for 20 years.
Yes.
Have I evolved as my age has evolved? Has my beauty evolved to take me up and higher,
Yes.
not keep me the
And really
same?
being a beauty professional, I mean, for us, I mean, that's one of the big things for us is it's not about, oh, I'm just doing your hair today. It's really, we want to basically diagnose everything about you to really bring out the best in you. We
Right.
want to, like Heather said, we want to address, you know, so many people haven't even heard of the hydrofacial. It's something I think we've been doing probably almost 15 years. But the value of exfoliation,
Right.
the value of really doing different mediums that they have in the aesthetics industry that's really helping produce collagen in your skin.
Yeah.
You know, the value of
Even having
professional
the right
products that you use.
dermatologist too. I mean,
Exactly.
because they partner with us too. So do plastic surgeons.
Exactly.
You really need it all to stay looking ageless.
Hmm. Hmm.
So how to really do all of that?
And the value, and really, my mother was really great at teaching us all that. You know, anywhere from being hydrated. You know, that's a big thing. Drinking H2O. Everybody needs a little agua. And how much are you actually drinking? And
Right.
really the value in that.
Right.
You know, and you can even see now medical professionals are asking you that. How much water do you drink?
Right. Right.
You know, even like Heather mentioned, the dermatologist. It's important that we diagnose and look at, do we see moles on your scalp? Have we seen your skin change over the last 10 or
Yeah.
15 years?
I've had a few of my male clients that I've sent to dermatologists because I've seen things change on their ears. I'm always looking on their ears, looking on their neck, looking on their head,
Hmm.
looking really on their forehead just to see all those changes. I mean, that's another thing another way that we add value to our guests,
Exactly.
looking at all those specific things as things have changed in their skin.
Hmm.
I think it would be good though for us to touch on because it's something that really we've been doing since almost 25 years ago. And now for the last probably 5 to 10 years, we do three different types. We did start with the great length extensions, then we
Yes.
do the tape in, and now we do the wefts. And the beautiful thing is that if there's something you don't like about your hair, you can there is an extension out there for you. And I believe that extensions actually preserve the health of your hair. A lot of times people think, oh, this extension's damaging my hair. That is not true.
Hmm.
It's really, it has to do with maybe application, but it also really, if you're using the right products, it will keep your hair healthy because most of the tension or the pressure you're putting on the extension, you're not putting it on your own hair. So we love extensions,
Mhm.
but again, the flip side of extensions is, did I decide to get too long?
Right.
Because as women say when they turn 50 and 60, what length works for me? I always say, if you pretty and everything is working for you, then you definitely can wear long hair.
Well, and it's the balance piece too, right?
Yes, right,
Everything is again, it's the less is more.
right,
It's the less is more, and it's the balance piece. I always say people who wear too much perfume, we want to see you before we smell you,
right,
right? So we want to look at you and feel like, okay, what do I look at? The makeup's too heavy, the hair's too much, the color's, off the charts. I want to look at it, and it's all it has to harmonize together.
right.
And I think that's just something again that we just do well.
Well, I think that's
It's
important,
it's a
especially,
developed
es-
eye.
yeah, especially if you're 40, 50, and 60.
Hmm.
And again, having that stylist who knows how to hone in and really be able to put those extensions in, but really make your hair scream and shout because the length is right.
Right.
Or at the placement of the highlights, it's beautiful. It's not overdone. It's bringing out the true beauty of who you are in every area, from
Very.
the outside, what you look like, but everything. If, like we say, if it's too much, then take a bracelet off. Or if
Yeah.
it's you have the shoes, the boots, the hair, the makeup, the lipstick, the lashes, it's like the nails. It's let's take something off, and that's going to complete your look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even
You
adding
could, yeah.
anything else.
Max,
Right.
you can look maximized in the best of your ability and even look and be a little minimal in certain things.
Right.
I mean, I wear the extensions. I mean, I love the extensions. For me, I've had every one of them, right?
Right.
The
Me too.
tape-ins, the bonds. I mean, we Heather and I got trained in the bonds 25 years ago plus. I don't think anybody was even doing extensions then. But anyway, and the bonds are for that person, as they age and your hair gets weaker
Yeah.
in this area from indentation forward,
Right.
we'll pop in 20 or 30 bonds. Well, that's really helping that person, give them that real solid bluntness that maybe they've
Yeah.
lost through the
Exactly.
aging process.
Right.
And what's great is so many products even now. I mean, Kerastase has extensionees, and it's great that products even help support
To
that
extend the
extension.
support that your
The
hair needs.
the weft I love. I mean, some people again they can do 2 or 3 rows. I got 1 row. Absolutely love it. It just gives my hair that density that I like.
Right.
How many clients sit in our chair? Oh, I want a great ponytail,
Yes.
right? So it offers them those little things
Those
without
options.
without
Those extra
us saying,
options.
okay, we're gonna do 5 rows and it's gonna be down to here. Well, you're gonna look a little ridiculous and be 58 years old. But what
Right.
we can do, we can customize it. That's really great. I feel like we're really entering into a season of curating
Mhm.
so many great things for our guests. We curate their treatments, we curate their take home, we curate how often we want to see them. We really are creating that customizable thing to really transform things in your life that are going to cause them to live well and do well and look beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what people want. They wanna be able to come into a place that way you can really just set them up for success, their
Yes.
hair for success, their skin for success.
Yes.
It becomes mindless thinking for them, but all that starts because of the confidence piece that they have for their stylist. They're like,
Yes.
"I'm confident enough, my stylist knows exactly what she's talking about."
Hmm.
And I think that's really just is something that has made us look different. It's given us definitely a lot of sustainability.
Yep.
And
Longevity and it's funny because Heather and I every year, we write down, okay, where do we want to see ourselves? What do we want to do? Where do we want to go? And some of our great mentors in this industry that, oh gosh, super successful people, they say, oh my gosh, you two ask more questions
yes,
than anyone I've ever met. And you always are thriving to obtain more knowledge of every aspect of this industry to really just to create a cohesive
well,
team that we can help to just be the best version of everything that this
right,
industry has
right,
to offer.
right. I know. I love this saying this week that I got. Um, Expectation gives you the energy that changes your thinking, your speaking, and your acting.
Yeah, yes.
And so, even another friend says that your mindset really will control
Create
your assets.
creates new assets, right?
So, it's like us constantly asking has always elevated our assets.
Yes.
Because whenever you're willing to ask and do something new, there's always an end result that brings you increase.
Exactly. And it's vision. That's something that, really honestly, my mom, who in her finite thinking as a single mom and probably communicated things to us out of desperation, always casted vision for us. I
Hmm.
mean, as little girls, I was like, oh, and you're going to be this, and you're going to do this. I hated my red hair as a little girl. And my
How
mom would
ironic. It
say,
became our
oh
strength.
my gosh, you're going to love your red hair when you get old. I was like, no, and I so do.
Right.
And we did. But she always was casting vision on we can do
Well,
anything.
yep.
The best is yet to come.
Yep.
Always put yourself with people loving and dying and giving to serve
Hmm.
others. And I just think, vision is something that
Yeah.
you and I just thrive on.
Yeah.
You
I know
know,
it's like when Jesse says faith is faith is the womb where expectation
Station
takes its
case
first breath.
breath.
So faith really is what creates that vision, and expectation is just walking out the
That's
vision because
vision.
I know it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen.
Yep.
I just know it's going to happen.
Yep.
And that's when
And expectation is always looking, always seeking. I think
yes.
that's a big thing for us. We are true, not only faith keepers, but we are true seekers
Yep.
on every level. We love
Yep.
seeking. In fact, that's really our next movement is
Right.
going into this wellness aspect to really live well and to really care about, everybody's in self-care. And I haven't decided if I like that word self-care because for me, it's like how much of self is really good, right? However, there is great well being, and we need to live purposeful and live well. And I
Well,
completely get
well,
that.
self care for us is, like we do now, the IVs,
Right,
support IVs, because we know healthy is really the new wealth.
right,
And so adding that to the beauty industry, I think is just such a perfect combination of dual success, how we're going to feel on the inside, and how we make them look, right?
right,
So that's self care,
right.
right? So that's important. Even going into the infrared saunas, that's the self care.
Yep.
I think
I
you
love
mean it
that.
more from the angle that I just become consumed with self.
Right.
And we
And
know
and
that's
that
not
and
healthy
that's that
healthy for
is that is
anybody.
a problem. We all know that, right? So for me, I just feel like the whole next movement, with I'm getting ready to start a renovation. My sister has a lot of great modalities, and it started with really after Katrina, not Katrina, COVID. After COVID, we said we're not only a hair salon, we're a care salon. So really, the whole wellness, all these new modalities that we're setting up in the next year or two to add on to our business is really to help our guests
To help people.
live well, live long, and live strong,
Yep. And
and,
feel great.
and feel great
And for us,
in
it
the
started with a
process.
haircut, but it's going to lead to so many other things.
Yes.
Everything has a starting point, but that's never where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so our goal is to just be beyond beauty and
Yep.
just continue to,
Finite.
right, just
It's
bring
it's a
bring those new
finite thing.
things.
Beauty for us is a finite thing. We don't have tunnel vision. We have big vision because our vision is constantly growing
Right.
and constantly expanding. Right.
Yes. That's what's so
So,
great about this industry.
mhm.
I'm excited.
So really, we are expressing ourselves. And so our challenge to you is just express yourself and allow us to maybe be a part of that self-expression for you, where we can just kind of come alongside of you and just do whatever
Show
we need
you
and
and
show
love on
you.
you and tell you exactly what you need so you can stay ageless.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you. It's Beyond Beauty. Cheers.